past like this Conor McGregor fight in July is going to be fucking bananas. It's going to be bananas. I mean, people are going to go crazy for the return of Conor McGregor because he's a giant personality.
But don't expect the same thing.
How could
you just can't.
He hasn't fought in 5 years, right?
But that's the problem.
It might be more.
Because they're going to all expect that.
I think it is a little over 5. It's almost 6, I think.
It might be 6 at the time of the fight.
It might be.
I think
it's 5. I think it's 5 right now.
Are we expecting to see a Conor that looked like Nate this last fight? Or are we expecting to see a better Conor than someone that looked like Nate? Because Nate did not look good.
No, but Mike Perry did. And Mike Perry looked like a fucking murderer.
You know what I mean? Like
Mike Perry is a murderer.
He's a murderer.
And this
such a savage.
You take a look at that.
Prediction. A finish, bro. Mystic Max is feeling a finish, bro. Finish, bro.
See, but yeah, I guess the other part too. Like if Max goes in there and puts a beating on him,
yeah.
Is this the last time you see Conor? I mean, I doubt it. I suspect he'll try and like find another way to keep this train on the tracks. But like, what if he goes in there?
That's a great point.
Like shit, you know.
That's a great point because is he the type of personality? Now he has lost, and he lost devastatingly to Dustin Poirier in the way, you know, but there was an injury. If he just gets outworked, you know, knocked out, just outworked, like, can he live with that? Like, that's the thing. I'm like, is he gonna, or is he gonna be like, no, now we're gonna see Conor want to turn around and come back in there quicker, you know, like within months, you know, that type of thing, because he just doesn't want to live with that. That'd be interesting to see too if it happened.
How do you see this going? Can Conor do anything with, you know, the fighter you're probably more familiar with than anyone in Max Holloway?
Well, we know that, you know, Conor hasn't been in the game for a long time, and I think a lot of people are thinking that he's just going to lose everything, but that's not the case. He's going to be dangerous. He's obviously going to still be very sharp. Numbers out, I mean,
all right. What did you make of Max's energy? The interview that you did with Rogan on Sunday, he's very confident.
A bit rude, wasn't it? He's confident. I didn't see that.
You didn't
look, Max is all right. Max is good. Max is my son. I sunned Max when we fought those years ago, and I'm going to do so again.
He's gotten a lot better since you last fought. Would you not agree?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't see much.
Since 2013?
No, I don't see much. I don't see much difference, no.
Really?
No, not so much. Same reaction, same movements. Listen, Max got better after he fought me. He added more moves to his game, but even still, there's only one. So I'm not going to say I don't rate him. I don't rate any of them. So it's on me now, with my date set, to go and show that, and that makes me happy.
I don't know. I'm still kind of. I guess it didn't really hit me yet. You know, it didn't really hit me because there was big announcements. We talked a little bit about it. Big announcements this last week, but it didn't really boom on me yet. Like, is this really happening? McGregor and Holloway too is really happening.
The return of Conor McGregor.
And this time, this time welterweight, Henry. Let's welterweight, not featherweight. This time it's going to be at welterweight.
Holloway versus McGregor, International Fight Week. This is the fight that makes sense. I talked to Max Holloway the other day. I posed this question to him: do you want to fight Conor? And Max said to me versus McGregor. This is the fight that I want. I am training right now because it's all I want. And when we fought, I was a little boy. Could you ever have imagined losing the BMF title would put...
Conor McGregor is back in the headlines, and this time it genuinely feels like something is taking shape. Not the usual noise, not another retirement hint followed by a reversal a few months down the road. McGregor is preparing to step back into the cage with Max Holloway, and whatever existed between them after their first encounter back in 2013 has clearly reignited. He hasn't been subtle about it either. McGregor spelled out exactly what he intends to do to Holloway. No ambiguity, no carefully worded press conference diplomacy, just a direct statement of intent. And that alone signals that that buildup is different from the standard talk surrounding a major fight announcement. Fighters say plenty of things in front of cameras. Most of it is performance, engineered to move tickets and fill out a press tour. This didn't carry that energy. It read like a man who has already played the fight out in his head and wanted the rest of the world to see the same picture. Here's what makes it more complicated, though. Both men are fundamentally different fighters from the ones who first shared the cage. McGregor back then was a featherweight contender, grinding his way up the rankings, hungry, sharp, still constructing the reputation that would eventually make him one of the most recognizable athletes on the planet. Holloway, meanwhile, was a young fighter, still working to prove he deserved to be in the conversation for contenders at all. More than a decade later, neither of them remotely resembles that version of themselves. Holloway has built a Hall of Fame resume in the time since, stacking up performances that established him as one of the most complete and respected strikers the featherweight division has ever produced. McGregor, on the other hand, became one of the biggest names combat sports has ever seen, while also stepping away from competition for extended stretches, chasing business ventures, other headlines, and fights that had nothing to do with Holloway whatsoever. So when people say this rematch carries weight beyond who lands the cleaner combination, they're not wrong. This is about legacy. It's about two men who have lived entirely different careers since their last meeting, walking back into the same cage with considerably more at stake than a record book entry. The skill will matter, nobody's pretending otherwise, but the story running underneath this fight goes much deeper than technique. That's precisely why the conversation around it won't quiet down. There's genuine history here, there's unfinished business, and there's a decade of separate journeys that are about to meet inside one cage on one night in front of an audience that has waited a long time to see how this second chapter actually plays out.
Belting to you, oh, but this and that. And then it's nothing, it's just words. I'll say something now, I've got my date to show it, and that is when I'm going to show it.
Are you looking forward to Fight Week, the press conference, all the stuff that you haven't had a chance to take part in? Do you miss all of that?
You know, I am ready for it. Because that can be taxing, but I am ready for it. You know, that takes it out here. But I'm ready for it, and what I am most looking forward to is the bout, the walk, the fight, the announcement, the crowd, the exchanges, and the dominating performance that I plan to put on.
When something's taken away from you, you may appreciate it more when it's given back. So just being there with John, being there with the team, like you're riding again. There's a nostalgic feeling to all of this.
Oh, the morale in the gym is very...
Conor McGregor made no effort to conceal how he felt about Max Holloway's confidence heading into the rematch buildup. And to be fair, confidence is nothing new when it comes to Holloway. He's carried himself like a top-tier fighter for years. Composed in interviews, rarely unsettled, the kind of competitor who lets his performances speak louder than his words. But something about the way he carried himself this time clearly didn't sit well with McGregor. It surfaced when Ariel Helwani brought up an interview Holloway had done with Joe Rogan. McGregor's initial reaction was light. He took a quick jab at Holloway's attitude, the kind of comment that could have read as playful ribbing if you weren't paying close enough attention. There was a smirk behind it, almost like he was inviting people to dismiss it as harmless banter. But that lightness didn't hold. Within moments, the tone shifted, and McGregor made it unmistakably clear that he wasn't buying into any of the narrative that had built up around his future opponent. The joke sharpened into something that sounded far more like a genuine opinion than a throwaway line for the press. And that's really the heart of it. Holloway has earned serious recognition over the years, rightfully so. Multiple title defenses, victories over a long list of ranked opponents, and a reputation as one of the most technically sound, durable strikers the featherweight division has ever seen. Analysts point to him whenever the conversation turns to volume striking done correctly, to a gas tank that simply refuses to empty over 5 hard rounds. None of that is seriously disputed, not by McGregor, not by anyone who has genuinely watched him compete. But McGregor isn't interested in any of it. As far as he's concerned, you can set aside the wins, the highlight reel, and the decade of accumulated accolades, and you're still looking at the same fighter who walked into the cage with him back in 2013. It's a pointed position, and more than a little dismissive, depending on who you ask. Exactly the kind of comment that gets clipped and cycled through every MMA platform within the hour. But it fits the identity McGregor has built his entire career around. He has never been the type to extend compliments to the man standing across from him before a fight, and this build-up is no exception. Whether that reflects genuine conviction or a calculated attempt to get inside Holloway's head is something only McGregor truly knows. Either way, it's doing exactly what it's designed to do, generating headlines and keeping the conversation alive well before either man has thrown a single punch. That's the McGregor formula. Say the thing that gets repeated, let the cameras handle the rest, and watch the build-up take care of itself.
What did you make of Max's energy? The interview that you did with Rogan on Sunday, he's very confident.
A bit rude, wasn't it? He's confident. I didn't see that.
You didn't
look, Max is all right. Max is good. Max is my son. I sunned Max when we fought those years ago, and I'm going to do so again.
He's gotten a lot better since you last fought. Would you not agree?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't see much.
Since 2013?
No, I don't see much. I don't see much difference, no.
Really?
No, not so much. Same reaction, same movements. Listen, Max got better after he fought me. He added more moves to his game, but even still, there's only one. So I'm not going to say I don't rate him. I don't rate any of them. So it's on me now, with my date set, to go and show that.
So where does that leave everyone trying to call how this actually plays out? Split straight down the middle, honestly. One side is fully convinced McGregor still has one more defining night left in him. One more performance where everything clicks at exactly the right moment and he shocks the sport all over again. He's done it before, more than once, against opponents who looked unbeatable on paper. Anyone who watched his run through the featherweight and lightweight divisions knows better than to write him off entirely, regardless of how much time has passed or how much the sport has evolved around him. Then there's the other side of the argument, and it's not easy to brush aside. Holloway's pace is relentless. His pressure is the kind that doesn't let up round after round, and that becomes an entirely different kind of problem once a fight extends across 5 rounds rather than 3. Cardio matters. Volume matters. Championship-level experience matters, specifically the kind that only accumulates through years of competing against the very best the division has to offer. And on all 3 of those fronts, Holloway has built a reputation that's genuinely difficult to argue against. He's the fighter who grinds people down, who keeps pressing forward when others begin to fade, who turns a 5-round contest into a war of attrition almost by default. Nobody can say with certainty which version of this fight actually shows up once that cage door closes. Maybe it's the explosive, fast-finishing McGregor that fans fell in love with years ago, the one capable of ending things in a single exchange before anyone sees it coming. Maybe it's a grinding 5-round battle where Holloway's volume slowly chips away at everything until the final bell. Maybe it's something no one is even factoring into their prediction right now, a development that catches both camps completely off guard. That uncertainty, that genuine inability to call it cleanly in either direction is exactly what has the entire MMA world locked in on this fight, and it's exactly why the conversation isn't going anywhere between now and fight night. Drop your prediction in the comments.